So I had a teacher called Mr. Morage, but he was so.
You've mentioned this guy before.
Have high school
Yes.
or this is where? Primary.
Primary, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, so Mr. Morage was the English teacher, right? He used to smoke a lot.
Right.
And he loved, you know what was those like
Cigarettes.
Patcos and whatever? You know
the
how
Mentos.
you eat it to mask the whatever. But the guy offered to give me like extra classes so that he could just meet my mom.
Wow.
Yeah, like he used to be like, you know,
Ricardo
I
was
can
asking for
offer
your mom.
Lemedio,
and furnish.
Lemedio classes.
The mics are blood clot open. Check.
Select accent for the podcast.
Calvin always late.
All right, this is the Mics Are Open, episode 128. My name's G Money.
Andy Young.
Neville.
Big C.
Lowercase.
and it's customer service week. Now, for me, I wanted to send a pleasant message going out to all of the wonderful companies who have sent us text messages, the banks, the doctors, the internet suppliers, who have sent text messages this week, who have actually realized that we are their customers.
Yeah.
So on behalf of your customers everywhere who received that spam text so many spam texts to their email, fuck all of you. Every single last one of you. You're all hypocrites. You want to try and remember me one day of the year.
Yeah, one.
Like it's my birthday.
Is this the energy we are starting the podcast with?
Let me read some of these.
Is that the energy we are starting the
Yes,
podcast
there's a
read some
power
of these
company here that
messages.
sent and then cut the power.
This is from a particular internet supplier. Dear customer, you are our pride and joy. Thank you for choosing XYZ company. Happy customer service week. The power of service. The immediate text before that says, dear customer, your services will be down tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Same here.
for a network.
Nonetheless, it's customer week, so
My bank also sent me a happy customer week. Thank you for choosing a particular bank as your preferred financial.
Did they give you a loan? Sorry.
No, but hey, it's just been crazy. Also, the places we frequent, one of the bars sent a text also like, hey, you're our guy.
This one is from a health insurance company. Thank you for being our valued customer and for choosing XYZ Health as your preferred insurer. We truly appreciate you and look forward to our continued partnership. I'm spending all the money this year. Just know that.
You know, now that I think about it, right? I've got one from Coldstone, from Cop Bank, from Quickmat.
oh, we're
We're
dropping
bleeping
names.
them out.
From
Okay.
that insurance company. And as I said, fuck off.
Wow.
There's a tracking company.
A tracking company.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that.
Private
Did
investigation.
you guys get one from Media Council of Kenya?
No?
Yes.
Media Council, yeah. They're like a very happy customer service week from the Media Council of Kenya. Thank you for supporting. Never, I know they didn't send you one.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
I got one from.
But damn.
Okay, so we don't have
All
to
of
listen to all
those,
of-
yeah.
The point is,
Yeah.
appreciate your customers every day. Like,
Give
end
us
of the
our
day.
flowers.
And you know what? Most customers are not really, to be honest, it's not about the text message. Right? It's about if you give us reliable service during the entire year, then we'll know that it's bona fide. But like when I get one from some company I haven't interacted with in 5 years, the least you can do is update your mailing list.
Hello.
Which is that
Adele is back, bro.
which is that one company that would actually send you a message and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
I think if we sent a text, the mics are open.
The good
I
company.
think everybody would love it, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Which other company?
That's a good
though?
question, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Has your job? Sorry to cut you short, though. Has your job? Okay.
Thank you for working in the plantation.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Suji was saying.
I feel as if
I
a
think
great
we've
club.
exhausted this topic. So, you know what? I must say, like, Aga Khan Hospital, like, they are proper service oriented.
Yeah.
So, even in terms of the way they, like, deliver health, not just deliver healthcare, but also the follow up and, like, the reminders about your appointments and, you know, that there's a human voice and a human side. So, unfortunately, it's the company I've interacted with the most in 2021, but their customer service is proper.
Yeah, there's someone who was suggesting, like, I'm getting the comments telepathically, and someone is saying in the comments that if they get it maybe from their plug, you know, the guy they get their stash from, the customer week. Hey, you know, I think
That's a good one.
The problem is,
yeah, it's in the comments. Someone has commented down below. Premier Gang.
the problem is they probably won't remember.
Like, did I give you 2 of them or one?
Bro, man.
But how has your week
shit.
been? G, how's your week been? Andy and Calvin, how's your week been, guys?
It's been a challenging week, I must say. Mostly because of a lot of the stuff that I'm involved in, and you know, but I'm here. I'm happy. I'm happy to be part of the number. Fam, I slept when WhatsApp and Instagram went down. Like,
Whoa.
I don't know if I've recovered.
Damn.
Damn,
What about you guys? How's your week?
I've had an interesting beginning of the week. Gigi, you played 2 sports on Sunday. The very last joint we went to, first of all, Peng Babes. Like, yeah, I know we say there's Peng Babes in Nairobi, but you
At that
see them
particular
and you're
point,
like,
right?
okay, yeah.
Everyone's asking what joint it was. It was Gemini.
It was Gemini. Gemini has very Peng Babes. But there's something that crossed my mind, and I was having this conversation with... Actually, we got into an argument with Neville because of this.
Yeah.
We get to see homies who will do their best to try and come impress the ladies, make it to the VIP section, have drinks on your table and everything. And there's 2 types of people, right? There's someone who can afford that, and there's someone who will have worked hard for 30 days to get
Into the VIP.
yeah, exactly, you know, broke a sweat for sure. And both of them are after the same thing, but the constant is the ladies who are just there, just waiting to receive and receive and receive.
Right.
And it got me thinking, is this ever gonna stop at any
Never.
point? Because it's like a
never,
vicious
ever.
cycle.
And do you remember when I told you,
Fam.
I saw a tweet that said, don't go to the club and compete with criminals. No, you can be there, you've
It's
worked
not- it's
hard
not- it's
for
not-
your
it's not,
30,
bro.
you know, your mishahara that is clean.
It's
And
not
then there's
even
someone
that.
else who has washed something
Let
and
me
you're
tell
there
you.
trying to impress the same
Let
person.
me tell you.
It's
So
a hard thing.
in that same VIP on Sunday, right? There was someone who was like spreading a bottle and like, you know, shaking the bottle
Oh,
with
yeah,
the champagne.
champagne, yeah.
The champagne popped and ended up going all over my shirt, right?
Oh, me too,
so
bro.
from their
Yeah.
table to your table.
So it was a chick who was ball, but it was a dude who came and apologized. The point I'm trying to make is the people who seem to enjoy the clubs the most are the people who don't pay shit in the clubs, and I would too. Like if I could go out there and like drink champagne and all night for free,
Yeah, not
I
on
would
your
do
bill.
this. But the difference is, as we already know, a man has no value until he creates value for himself. A woman can just show up.
Yeah, have you ever been in that position, gents, where I don't want to say it's competing with someone else, but it's some sort of competition. We're both male and we both do different kind of things. And you're in the club, maybe you're trying to get the attention of someone or a lady or something. Have you ever been in that situation where you're like, damn, I need to go into my money's well
Right.
so that I can really show myself?
Do you know
have
what?
you been that
Do you
person
know
maybe
what?
to buy
We-
a big bottle just for the sake?
We have all done it. And some
Andy?
of us
I haven't.
Water, a lot of
bruh.
water.
No, 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 no,
The
no,
big
no, no.
Dasani.
look at it from another level, right? From another level. Some of y'all do it before you even leave the house. Think about that. How many times have you gone out because you want to have the freshest shit
Yeah.
to go to the club to look hot? Why are you doing that?
So you can look good.
So you did it for yourself.
Impress.
Yeah.
Okay, you did it for. You're not trying to impress.
Okay, I'm
You're not trying to
40%
impress.
for myself, 60% for
Okay,
others.
so you're already investing in the process.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, when you get to the club, you've already begun to invest in the process of trying.
understand.
So the thing about it is now, like when you get to the club, it's like it's now if you're gonna compete money wise with as Neville to somebody whose money comes differently,
Yeah.
then you're stupid.
But you know, there's many ways to answer this, right? Just like there's many ways to skin a cat, right? So, Neville, you're referring to the people who've gone to the beach without no swimming costume. You get? And then there's a category of people who go to the beach with a swimming costume. So I'm referring to the galdem, right? So if you're going there to the VIP and everything and you're with your shorty, it's already established, right? So I'm the kind of person most of the time to go with a lady.
Right,
You
okay.
get? I already figured that out.
Oh, what?
Yo,
I
me,
hate
I
that.
am not the kind of guy to be in the club looking.
So now
That's interesting.
I'm
I'd
glad
like
I'm glad
to
with
meet
Calvin.
new people. I like
Calvin,
that,
Now let's work with your situation.
Yeah.
Let's go a few steps back. How did you get that shorty to go out with you that night?
He texted.
Wow.
Well, since
As in,
people have
why the
conversations.
fuck would you go out with Calvin?
No. Like, of all
It's
the
a
babes
complex
that,
question.
of all the babes that
Yeah,
you could,
why would you pick that
because Calvin
specific babe
says
to pull out?
he's not the kind of guy to maybe go hunting in the clubs, start looking for someone or someone to talk to. He's already there with someone. He thought
Right.
about this
Who he
before.
brought.
Yeah. So how did you arrive at that person, and how did you get them to actually go out with you?
I simply like their company. It's really not complicated.
Or do you have a selection of people that you could pick out on different days?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was the
Abroad.
setup. Eh?
Is there one for Monday, one for next
asking.
door,
My
one
name's
for
not
Milan?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No. I mean,
One for
but-
the
I get you.
But you know what?
That's actually a very fair
There's
question.
nothing wrong with that.
There's actually that's a very fair question. Maybe you have a shorty who actually likes to club, yes. And maybe you have a shorty who does not like to. So, at the end of the day, if you're single, you can have different people for it's like taking this shorty who's all about tequila shots for a movie. Nah, she will not fucking enjoy it. You get? So there's different people for everything. But honestly, true story, that whole club situation like that, back to what G was saying, man, you can't keep up.
To be honest, I'm usually the guy who usually tells my friends, especially if they have a girlfriend or someone they're with. I'm usually just like, yo, leave that significant other at home, because sometimes it brings on so much pressure. If we're out as the mics are open and you decide, or maybe we've decided it's the
No.
gents night, we out there, we're gonna kill it.
You know what? I'm 100% with you on that one.
Yeah, well, like,
Because I think it's like, end of the day, like, you should have those places that you can go with your significant other where you can enjoy, where end of the day, there's going to be no distractions.
Yeah.
There's going to be no Nev, Andy,
Yeah.
turn up,
Take
Venom,
care of
whatever.
me,
It's just a pleasant environment for you guys to enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
But at the same time, now, if you're going to go out, let's say the lads are going out, what the fuck are you bringing your girlfriend for?
No.
Like, as in, and I'm
Yeah.
like, can't remember the time we went to church.
yeah, we can really talk our
We went
talk.
to church, So,
Yeah.
But
It's a different thing.
also, with that
also,
said,
by the way, guys who club with their girlfriends are so fucking annoying.
Yo.
You know, arguing. When they start
Oh
arguing,
my
you're like,
God.
whose side should I take? No, not your side. No.
And by the way, let me tell you, by the end of the night,
It never ends
I
well,
feel like
bro.
you motherfuckers are attacking me right now.
no. I'm saying, right?
No,
listen,
but in my younger
it's
days,
annoying,
yes,
bruv.
I used to. Yeah.
And let me tell you why it's annoying. First of all, the fights are a comedy.
Yeah,
for
there were
one.
no fights.
Comedy.
But also,
Content.
the worst thing is, by the time you and her get home, if you go home together, she's already told you which one of your friends she hates.
Yeah.
She like.
Hey, G pulled that one from deep. That was
But
specific.
it happens.
It happens.
It happens. I totally
Because
agree
your
with
girl
you.
is never gonna like all of your
All
friends.
of your
Of course,
friends,
of
yeah.
course. I'm trying to say she'll be like that Neville, like, hey. So then
Don't
now,
hang out
and
with
now
him.
every time
You hang out with Neville. Shida.
Your ICC.
Yeah, man. One of my boys, he remains nameless, got home at 6 a.m. the other day and was told, listen.
People still do that.
Yeah? He got home. He got home
After
6 a.m.
curfew.
right?
Yeah, I had
6
to wait.
a.m. So man actually partied and slept in the car, right? And he's married, right?
Okay.
He got home 6 a.m. and would you believe the wife told him, "Listen, your name is this and this. Your name is not Calvin."
What?
Calvin from the mics out.
she used your name,
And you know the thing is this, right?
Guku.
your reputation.
I said it on the minisode. I have never been to a club overnight since COVID started. Me, I'm an early start guy. I fika home nicely.
Calvin.
I may fika after curfew, but 11. But the wife said, "You're not Calvin, who's a single man and
Behave.
can do whatever." I was just like, wow.
By the way,
Why the fuck you gotta
by the way.
You gotta throw Calvin was
Curfew.
chilling in Ruaka.
Yeah.
Fam, I saw a tweet today that made me laugh. And it said, 90% of you people are in clubs all night and after the curfew hour. Which curfew is this you guys are complaining about?
I know, right?
Like, no,
Facts only.
seriously.
Yeah.
Like, which curfew are guys really complaining about?
Every time there's a curfew extension, guys are there. Hey, what is your problem? And they're the same people who
Bro,
are.
They're
all
complaining
night.
about the extension at the party.
I will not even lie. Since the curfew thing has been going on, like, you know me, I was the guy who was paranoid about being stopped and this and stress. Fam, I've been stopped once by cops. Fam, I have driven this city at night.
You've driven them crazy.
Fam, they're like, bro, there are days when we're here playing FIFA, right?
Yeah.
Driven them crazy. I heard that. There are days when I've been here playing FIFA and people have left this house at 2 o'clock in the morning and got
gone home.
Ubers.
Yeah, who was there?
Like, they have this thing. It's called. Let me tell you what it's called. Let me give you guys the.
Hey,
give us
put
the
man
lowdown.
on, put man on as he's doing that.
Give us the
like,
lowdown.
comment, share, subscribe,
Yes,
as the
sir.
housekeeping. How many likes this week?
Hey, now not to 1,000
1,000 likes.
Manze. Make sure
There
you
you go.
comment also, as Andy has said, hit the like, hit the share, and also follow us on Instagram at The Mics Are Open, and also on Twitter. Get tweeting us and telling us the good stuff.
Do you guys know this app?
It's
What's
Do you
that?
know this app?
Hold
No.
up, that's a new thing.
So this app here, should we give it a free plug?
nah.
No.
Okay.
Damn.
So this app here, I call this app the Curfew Buster. So how it works is, right, when you say you want to go from here to
There.
Roraka, you put in how much you're offering the driver.
So it's like a negotiation. It's like a market.
You were gonna say the drive like with the lights off or some shit.
So like you say to the driver,
Nikona 600.
600, the driver like, nah, right now for me to get you safely to
Toa.
Roraka.
Make it 800.
Yeah, make it 1,000. You negotiate that shit.
So they started this shit for that.
Bro, this
Let me
is
see that.
Bro,
you need to put us on,
Yo,
bro.
that is
This is
yo.
the,
I'm here
bro,
for it.
This is
Man.
this is the curfew.
If I
buster.
can negotiate,
You
my negotiation
negotiate.
skills are on
And
1,000.
you know, let me tell you, any driver who's gonna negotiate with you at night knows the route
Yeah.
he's taking.
to
Oh,
avoid
man.
the roadblocks, blah blah
Hey.
blah. Hey, that's the
That's
change.
crazy.
You make the offer like say, hey,
Yo, I'm good at negotiating. So if they, I'm
Yo,
on
I
this.
want to know this. I was about to request for
Calvin,
your
you're not
history.
even gonna use it. You're not even gonna use it.
because the thing about
No. You know what? Why I actually will use it? So what I am doing now more often than not, on Friday I don't drive. Right. So on Friday I'll probably have the caretaker come to the office, ABC, pick up the car and go, right? So
nice.
me and the friends
caretaker.
will
The
The
definitely
caretaker coming to pick up
by
your
the
car.
way, before you continue,
Damn.
by now I know there's someone in the chat room who knows the name of this app and
Yeah,
he's telling
he's
everyone.
already
saying,
telling-
oh,
Yeah.
he's talking about
Please.
XYZ.
Yeah,
Free plug.
cause, bruh, me I won't lie. Friday I go home. You get like that driving after is tedious.
Yeah,
and crossing over a thingy is a long thing, right?
Yeah.
So now with that, bro,
Yeah.
you've never been in the club,
Bro.
and it's 10. You're trying to get this
let me tell you
motherfucking Ubers.
my first experience of this
Yeah.
app. So you see, like how like 3 of us were here, we're playing FIFA, right? And by 2 o'clock, as the host, I'm like, motherfucker, that means that people have to sleep over tomorrow, kicking them out. So I was pleasantly surprised that there was an app where they could get rides home at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was happy. So right now,
So have
That's
you
a
been in
plug.
one yet?
I'm the good guy. I'm always home.
he's
But,
home
but
before.
But like, what's the feedback from the guys on it?
bro, I've seen people use this app like 10 times.
Oh, that's amazing.
By the way, can you imagine if they were paying us? That'd be such a good plug. So,
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, that's enough.
Wow.
That's enough about that.
Man,
But yeah, you negotiate. Any driver you negotiate with knows how they're getting you home.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
man.
He's not getting no money to get you locked up.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, now let's stick to apps a bit, right? Where were you when Facebook went down?
I was busy trying to call Jimani for us to record our podcast.
You're trying to send Jimani a
Yo, I wouldn't even like, cause I went onto the WhatsApp group and I
Gee,
tried
you're having a
sending
guilty
messages like 10 times.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, so I'm connected to my home Wi-Fi. I don't know or go on. So I switched to my data. Still, nothing is going. So I'm like, and then it's pretty calm. Like no one is saying nothing. So I tried calling Z Mteja. Calvin, I didn't even talk to him about it. And then I decided, let me just check Twitter, see if there's anything
Isn't
trending
Twitter the
about
place you go
WhatsApp.
to see
Hello,
what-
Yeah.
I went
everyone.
on Twitter and trust number one trending
Yep.
was WhatsApp.
Yo, fam, when I was at home when the whole WhatsApp
The outage,
Facebook was
yeah.
down, the first call I got was from my mom. She's like, hey, Wi-Fi iko na shida. Na jarib, I'm trying to send messages to my pastor
People,
groups and nobody is replying and nobody's usually this silent.
Right.
The next call I get is from my grandma. My grandma calls me and she's like, my Facebook, my grandson, there's a I'm like, Mom, everything is down.
Right,
so for me, I got the other end of it. I was shocked, yes, but I knew Twitter always has the lowdown. Then I had now to be there telling my parents, yo, chill.
Yo,
Relax.
but let me
WhatsApp
tell
will
you,
be back. You know?
round before we digress and dissect this topic, round of applause for Twitter.
Bruh.
Always.
Round of applause for Twitter. Let me tell you
sir.
why. They tweeted when everyone went down. They were like, "Hello, literally everyone." I was like,
Dead.
A plus tweet.
Everyone.
Yeah.
That was it.
Hello, literally, and guys jumped onto Twitter, Telegram.
Oh, and Telegram.
Yeah,
I
I
message.
forgot about Telegram.
Guys
Yeah,
were
I
saying
was-
that Twitter really got a lot of I forgot my password messages.
Yeah.
For me, you just leave your Twitter
But then,
forever.
you know, to me, the funniest part of all this going down was the guys who stay on Twitter warning the IG guys about how to behave.
Oh yeah, on
Yo,
Twitter. No, it's nice.
we don't come in.
Post photos here like that.
Really?
Yeah.
You know that's actually very interesting,
all-
especially in
there was
Kenya.
a roll on
Yo,
rule
that
book.
fucking beef.
Compliance.
IG, yo, I'm IG, I'm in.
It's usually Reels versus
We actually
Twitter.
didn't talk about it.
Guys, don't come here with those motivational
Yeah, I tell you, I say
Yeah.
IG.
No one
you know,
is nice on
this
Twitter, bro.
They be so petty.
Bro, it
for
was crazy.
So I'm with you on that one, right? So that day I told my mom, she was at my house, right? So it's like, you know, my mom's always saying you need to cook for me. So I was like, take out the chicken from the what? So I was like, before.
You know what? By the way, that's not something you should resist. It's better your mom cooks for you than vice versa, because we know.
Oh wait, it's you cooking for your mom, mama.
Wow, I remember that fish.
Yeah.
I remember
You know,
there's some minced fish.
Yeah. Like
that
for
was
nothing.
years ago. now I'm good. I have an air fryer.
you're good.
So
fryer
anyway,
gang.
yeah. So I was like, yo, get the chicken out, because I was like, we need to record the podcast. Pop. So she's watching the news about 7:00, streaming it, and she's like, is the internet having an issue? I'm like, nah. You're watching the news. Then I'm like, are you on data or are you on Wi-Fi? She's like, I'm on data, I'm on Wi-Fi, but my Facebook is not
working.
loading.
Right.
Bruh. You know that whole generation over there is mad for Facebook.
Yeah.
Like
All the
Facebook,
chat rooms, what?
But what's even more interesting is
There's me talking like I don't go on Facebook, but anyway, go. That generation there, mad on Facebook.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, we know where you text
In
my
case you're
mad mom.
wondering, G's talking about the class of Normandy. Remember when Adolf died?
Kanyagia Calvin.
Okay, listen. So let's go.
So what was interesting is at that particular point when thing was down, all the social media platforms that are actually related to Zuckerberg, right?
Yeah.
Did you know he was actually supposed to go in front of like the Congress the day after?
Yes.
So for me, I was like, yo,
because
that
there was
shit,
No,
there was a
shit,
story
bro.
that leaked
bro.
about information and
guys.
data.
So that's one part of the conspiracy. Think about it though, right? Facebook were in court. There was a whistleblower who's saying that Facebook are not doing enough to protect whatever.
yeah. Data.
There was a lot of
Bro, what else happened that day? Pandora's papers, bro.
Oh shit!
the guys in the US
Wow.
there.
Pandora's was
Sunday
Sunday.
morning. No, it was Sunday night, Monday morning.
Yeah.
But it hotted up Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Sunday all day.
And it was trending all
What are you
day on
trying to
Monday.
say,
Yeah,
G?
Monday.
What are you trying to
Yeah,
say?
there's
What are you trying to
something.
say,
There's a
G?
fucking
Bro.
connection. For me, I am convinced. Cause how is it all of that was happening? And first and foremost, you know the guys who have been targeted by Pandora are not you
on
and I.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Me,
Facebook
me
and
are 45
WhatsApp,
shillings currently. You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's not you.
Yeah.
So for me, I was just like, nah, this shit is wrong. And for why it was even more wrong? Never has it been down for that long. Never
It's
ever.
not like an hour.
Mandem
But
lost
also,
7 billion.
I mean, but yeah, losing 7 billion is like us losing 10 bob. You know what I mean?
know.
But you know what's interesting about this whole? It showed to me that apartheid exists on social media between the different apps and the people and different users.
Yeah.
But it also let me know one thing. My God, if Twitter ever goes down in this country, we are going to have a revolution.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a
True.
problem.
Bruh, we're gonna have a problem.
We're gonna have a serious
Has Twitter
problem.
ever gone down?
Maybe in
Yeah,
the
okay.
past.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
it
past,
has,
in
it
the
has,
past
it has.
but it wasn't
It
for a
has.
long.
Yeah,
this
it was like you're trying to load nothing. It wasn't. Yeah.
Plus, for me also, during this down, what's down, not what's up. What had me questioning myself is how over dependent I am on my phone. Like Instagram, I check it a lot. WhatsApp,
I do.
I check. Of course,
Checking it right
messages.
now.
Yeah, so I was just like, damn. I hate the fact that inside of me there was something that kept on telling me, check WhatsApp,
Yeah.
check Insta.
And
I
you
kept
check,
and then
ding,
I
nothing.
kept on refreshing my feed. It was the Jimani photo of him in the Homeboy studio that was just stuck there without it being refreshed.
Bro,
So
let's
I
be
was
honest
just
though, it was a
like-
nice picture.
Yeah, it was a nice picture. Yeah. New cameras, yeah. 3 cameras. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that over dependency on social media apps kind of had me feeling away. I was just like, damn, my life is centered around. When I sit down, let me check a nap. When I lie down before I go, let me check a nap. That really put me in a weird headspace.
I won't even lie to you. Like on Monday when everything went down, I'd broken my phone. I went to bed, bro.
You are happy.
I was
This
so
guy.
Missing
upset. Like
nothing.
I just went to bed. I went to bed, bro. Like
Missing
Guy got
nothing.
mad and went to sleep. That's the
By the
best
way,
response
by the way,
ever.
let me
I'm here
ask you,
for it.
What was
when
getting you, man?
I broke my phone. I broke the
Oh,
screen.
oh, oh.
When you guys like get angry about something, don't you just go to bed?
No,
I can't fucking
there's
sleep.
things to be done, bro. There's things to be done.
Fam, let me tell you. To me,
That's a tantrum. What are you, 6?
Zero
That really
sufuri.
is a tantrum. You know, kids, go to bed. Okay.
Neville, you need to stop, bro.
me, I'm pissed off.
No,
I'm going to bed, bro. Like I don't sleep till the next day.
Yeah.
Wake up and feel nice.
Man.
What am I supposed to do? Stay awake and dwell in the feeling?
You know what you're
G, you're
supposed to do,
Jamaican,
G. Yeah,
man.
you're
Nah, you're
Jamaican.
Jamaican, man.
You're denying
You're
the facts right in
past
front
time,
of
man.
you, bro.
You're
Your
Jamaican.
birthright.
Oh, by the
Not
way.
anymore.
Not anymore.
Your birthright, man.
Oh, but damn, when I get angry, what do I mostly do? Damn. I remember everything motivational speakers said in high school, like take 10 minutes, count 10 minutes inside of you, then you'll be good. I personally I use that rule. It just comes to mind. So before even I say something, when I'm angry, before I lash out, I'm just like, damn, let me take a few seconds as I think about it, and then sometimes I still lash out, but yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned motivational speakers in school because today, this week rather,
Yeah.
was World Teachers Day. And I really sat back and thought about teachers I owe my entire life and this journey of my life to 2 teachers. As in this, like the trajectory ending up in, like, so let me break you down. I want to big up all teachers. I don't know why teachers do not get paid the amount of money they need to be paid. I don't know why. I don't know why. And it's not just a Kenyan thing. It's a global thing. Because teachers in America get paid more than teachers in Kenya, but they still ain't paid enough, you know. When I was in primary school, I went to primary school in London. And at the end of primary school, at the end of class 7, you're given this thing called your choices. And you choose the high schools you want to go to.
From one selection, is
More or less.
So,
yeah.
whatever you call it, right?
selection, yeah.
So, for me, bro, I will not lie to you. So, you get like 2 or 3 choices. I chose the 3 roughest schools in my hood. Because you know why? Because all my friends were going there. Oh, you're going to Slaybrook, you're going to this, you're going to that. I just chose, we all chose. Do you know what this teacher did? And I was not the best student at primary school. I was a troublemaker, whatever, but I was smart. She changed it.
An angel.
She changed the school selection, and I ended up going to a school on the other side of London. Just me and one other person from my school.
The white kid.
No, that's Rodney, a black kid. She changed it on my shit.
Nice.
So I didn't end up. I wanted to go to my sister's school. I didn't go there. I wanted to go to my boy. We ended up in a school where we knew nobody.
So you're simply trying to say is you weren't using no ball pens.
No, Calvin.
No, what I'm trying to say is that had I gone.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just trying to be stupid.
I know you're stupid. I ignored it, right? When I look at how the classmates who got the schools,
The roughest.
That, yeah.
rough schools, how they ended up, man, thankful. Her name was Mrs. Sims. Another woman who took me under her wing in Jamaica, Mrs. Grant. I remember when I went to Jamaica now, I got another bad reputation at high school because I left the UK in third form. And then when I went to Jamaica, they put me in second form. So I had a complex. I'm like, why have you guys put me back a year? You know, and I'm just like, I'm breezing through the curriculum. I'm loud, I'm aggressive. Because I think I'm special. I'm from England. You niggas are Jamaican. You know what I'm trying to say? So I never forget that everybody used to warn me about this teacher. Yo, listen, you can run over all of these teachers here, but that one there, don't fuck with her, you know? So I remember now, end of year exams, and she's invigilating an exam that we have. So of course me, I'm boisterous there. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Because me, I'm the guy, when teachers spark me or say something to me, I answer back. Shut up!
Yeah, from UK.
Yeah.
Smart
I'm like,
mouth.
you know what
I'm
I'm
from
saying?
dance.
So I remember, like, I can't remember what happened. And she said to me, I've heard about you. And you know what? I'd like to meet whoever dragged you up. Because obviously you weren't brought up. The class.
Alikucharaza. 10-0.
The class.
Jimani on the mat.
The man.
2,
On the man.
3, 4, 5,
Oh, man.
I want you to hear it.
9, 10. Ding, ding.
I would love to meet whoever dragged you up. Because
Wow.
obviously you weren't brought
raised.
up.
Oh man.
Bruh. No comeback.
No comeback.
I sat in the exam and I was just mad. I aced it though. And I was just,
Toa sira yote kwa exam.
You know, he didn't sleep.
but here's the irony of that story there. And it's gonna take me 2 minutes to wrap up. Third form comes, and now you're assigned your classrooms and your form teacher. This woman has gone and said, I want that one in my class.
You were marked
Because
out.
I'm now
bro.
going from second form to third form, so you know you go in the streams. She's the form teacher. Then, parent teacher day. She wants to meet my grandmother. My grandma comes to school. This lady and my grandmother
Hit it off.
Hit it off.
BFF.
Straight knee.
BFF.
Oh, that's the worst
And
part.
she's like, do you know that this boy is here at school giving the impression that you're some old lady with a walking stick? They become like this.
Besties.
The story-
Already best friends.
The story gets
Already No,
even
no,
deeper. This lady was married to a political family, and the husband had gone abroad for an extended period. So she didn't have any children apart from us because we were kids. So she's home alone. Nice house, nice area. Now I live in like a middle class area. She lives uptown, right? Someone not tried to break in. Someone in the yard and telling my grandmother. What does my grandmother say? What do you think my grandmother says?
I got you.
She says, I got you. I'm sending Conrad to come and live with you
Wow.
until blah, blah, blah gets back. So there I am. Packed up at the house. Now moved to live with the teacher. I stayed at her house for over almost 2 years.
What the fuck?
And,
No, told us this, bro. Damn.
Shit.
see, we're talking about teachers. I stayed at her house for almost 2 years. It was hard for me to go back home. Because I'm now uptown, nigga. What?
The moral of the story.
We used to go for drives to the countryside. Like, bro, I was
Was this the payoff?
Bro, I was taking fishing.
Fishing.
All these
I
things.
always knew your ass was bougie. I
Like,
knew
all
it.
these things.
Conrad fishing?
You know, boats and stuff. So the point I'm trying to make, but my grades were like, fam, my grades, you call them O levels, whatever, my O level grades, I was an honor student. I was the first, there was only that year, there were two of us. We were honor students. And I was not supposed to go to sixth form because the sixth form supervisor hated me for whatever reason. I know why she hated me, but yeah. But I remember going to the sixth form application at the staff room vividly and saying, there are my results, motherfucker. You couldn't keep me out if you tried because my results were so
the
good.
A1.
So for me, that lady changed the trajectory of my life, you know? So teachers are very important, man. Teachers are very important.
So are we
Yeah.
supposed to talk
Are
about
we supposed
Exactly.
to teachers?
It
Anyway,
was like she was
let me-
messing up
yo,
my name.
Let me mix it up. Kwani nini? So for me, let me just take it left field. For me, when I was in high school and primary, first of all, my mom was a teacher when she was starting off her career. So of course, teachers deserve all their respect. She taught me Kiswahili to the best. I was one of the best students in Kiswahili. Blah blah blah. Anyway, when I moved to high school and there's a period where you pick your classes, like you pick whether you're
options.
gonna pick chemistry, physics, because in some schools, some of them you had to pick. Some of them, like chemistry was mandatory. You all had to do chemistry.
By the way, if there's anybody who watched who's a chemistry person, who are your friends?
Yeah.
Nobody liked chemistry.
periodic table.
But go on.
Wow.
Stop
You took a minute to hit.
I know Austin loves
Chemistry was the worst.
Yeah, but I use it in lines now, baby. We have some chemistry.
Some chemistry.
And I just want to get my boron.
Wow.
You can be on my
You know,
periodic table.
for a second when you said lines, I was
Neville,
scared.
no.
I was scared as
I
well.
was scared. You know, when he said lines, I was like, shit, weed is a gateway drug.
Yeah, but back to the teacher
Yeah,
story.
but yeah. So you used to pick different selections, different sciences, and I remember there used to be this one teacher. He used to teach mathematics, and he also used to be the head teacher. And
Oh, that's
this,
shit.
it's usually the worst.
Oh my
but this
God,
particular
math
year,
teachers.
he decided, my skills are so good, I'll also teach physics. So for me,
Maths,
since I already
physics.
hated, he taught maths,
And he's the head
physics,
teacher.
and he's the head teacher at the same time.
What the
So as we
fuck
were
is
there, and
that?
I'm just like, once he even announced it during parade, he's like, now I'll be taking Form 3s and Form 4s. I'll be making sure I'm your physics teacher. Immediately he said that.
You
when we
switched.
went to do the selection, I didn't pick physics.
You dropped it.
I had to drop real
By the way,
quick.
to camera as well, anyone who likes physics,
Couldn't value, man.
Calvin.
But yeah, so for me,
We'll get to
teachers
it.
really gave me
Stress?
a different stress. They gave me, they put my path in a different kind of selection.
right.
But also my other teacher, definitely a good story. My swimming teacher, who was in Mombasa, who used to teach me some swimming. He like saved my life because I loved swimming so much, and this was the sport which I was known for in school. So for me, him teaching me swimming, him teaching me that when you're racing, you don't need to look at who's on your right or who's on your left because you're gonna lose valuable time. Just swim, get to the finish, and then now start looking back and being like, "Oh, Calvin, you haven't even started yet." But yeah, so for me, happy Teachers Day to all those teachers. Calvin,
Wow.
Andy, I'm sure your stories are good.
Oh damn, I wish.
Teacher's pet.
I wasn't not so much. I remember when I was in pre-unit. I don't know the equivalent, but it's in kindergarten. That's the equivalent of, it's one of those kindergarten, the highest, form in kindergarten. Went to school in Meru. So there's this teacher we had, this class teacher. It's kindergarten. They're gonna teach you very easy things. So one teacher can cover everything. And I remember we used to have a sleeping session in the afternoon. After, yeah, we're kids need to sleep, bro.
True.
The same way you can have a library session on your timetable, we had a sleeping session. Now,
wow.
she never used to wake us up
Siesta.
like, okay, get up now, it's time to wake up. No. You'll hear the first person who's sleeping by the door being beaten up.
Wow,
Then
wow.
everybody else would wake up.
Yeah, but kids-
That's the kind of environment we used to live
person
in.
was literally the alarm clock.
Exactly. But now, sometimes you're deep in sleep, so by the time you realize what's going on, hey, it's too late.
Was it the same person always over there?
Bruh. Yes.
Oh, fuck that.
Now,
are chill.
bro,
No.
you see this CBC thing going on right now when kids are being told to come with this and this tomorrow, you can make this and this with your parents. We had that back in pre-unit. Like, we used to be told, make a necklace of beans.
Plant a
Right.
bean seed.
But
Yeah,
you-
so
but-
something like that.
I'm glad you went down that road there. I'm just for a quick one in there. Why are parents complaining so much
We'll
about
get to it.
helping their kids with their homework?
Bro, let me
You know-
paint a picture.
You know me? We had a CBC expert come in, and
Yes.
you were saying,
Yeah, so now imagine, I mean pre-unit, we didn't even have phones back then. So you have to wait for your parents to come back from work in the evening for you to tell them, oh, we need sunglasses to look at the sun tomorrow, which need to be bought, or we need beans and maize and I don't know what and what not. And since now there's no phone for you to tell your parents before they come home or on their way, buy this and that, of course you're going to go to school the following day without those things, right? And the beating that you're going to receive because you didn't deliver was massive, bro. So it got to a point where I used to fake being sick. And I used to stay at home. And my mom never used to understand why. Like, I'm ready to go to school and I've gone with my sister. Then 5 minutes later, I'm back home.
Wow.
I'm complaining about my tooth.
Wow.
So it took one dentist to identify that I wasn't like really being sick or anything of the sort. So this one time my mom took me to the dentist and the dentist went like, come sit on my lap, you know. Pause. Like it's not in that. You know, we're kids, you know.
It's okay. It's
yeah,
all right.
we're kids, you know. So just come sit on. Let's have a conversation. So he went straight to the point. He's like,
He didn't even give you no candy.
That's
Pause.
where he got his name.
Stupid.
Candy Andy.
from the dentist.
Like, how
So-
you go tell you, sit on my lap.
Shika Candy.
my man goes like, who's
Candy
bothering you in school? And I was shook. I was like, yo, you can't just ask me that, cause
Your mom was in the room?
yeah, my mom was just watching all this happen because she didn't know what else to do. There's even days when I came back home and I told her I'm sick. She was like, just go to your bedroom. Just
Wow.
she'd put George of the Jungle or Tambolina or something, and man is good,
Wow.
you know. So
Yeah.
she understood that the guy is not sick. So this dentist asks for names of who's disturbing me in school or in class. And since I can't air out the teacher because I'm afraid of the teacher, I crucified a couple of homies.
As you do.
You know, so I put some names on the list.
6-9 them.
Following day, how do I get a beating because I lied about some niggas in class?
Wow.
Until now, my mom talked to one of the teachers there who was her friend from church. And the friend from church went like, yo, that is the headmistress's best teacher. Like, that is her favorite teacher in the whole school. All the way from lower school
Wow.
to upper school until class 8. That is her favorite teacher in school. Because she handles the kids who are moving from kindergarten to class 1.
Right.
That transition right there. And she likes all of them being straight. All of them being straight. So whether they come in with fear or performances and everything, or so when my mom understood that, oh, it's the teacher
Wow.
that he's afraid of. She used to let me chill at home, bro.
Wow.
So the experiences that I got,
Well, not particularly nice.
yeah.
Calvin.
Calvin, tumalizie hii sherehe.
Well, my stories are not as.
Dramatic.
Well,
As
no. Your stories actually sounded very nice. So mine involves
Thank you.
my mother. So I had a teacher called Mr. Morage, but he was so
You've
cute.
mentioned this guy before.
Have I?
High school
Yes.
or this is where? Primary.
High- primary, yeah?
okay.
Yeah, so Mr. Morage was the English teacher, right? He used to smoke a lot.
Right.
And he loved, you know what are those like
Cigarettes.
patcos and whatever? You know
the
how
Mentos.
you eat it to mask the whatever. But the homie used to shrub quite a bit as well. And he was the
The
English
tropicals.
teacher.
The
They used to
irony.
say like lambish. So it's like
We
those
need to
things.
blame them for some of the things we mispronounce nowadays,
Wow.
bro.
No,
but he was still a good homie. But the guy offered to give me like extra classes so that he could just meet my mom.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he
but
used to be like, you know,
Ricardo
I
was
can
asking for
offer
your mom.
Lemedio,
I can furnish.
Lemedio classes. The homie.
Wow,
man
this is
said,
interesting.
Yo,
What?
You know, now that I think about it, when
Wow.
like why hit me in high school,
He
I
was
was
trying-
like, that motherfucker just wanted to meet my mom. And my
homie
mom
went
is
through
like,
you to
Mr.
meet their
Molagi
moms."
is so nice.
Hey, that's a king.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
You know,
a
like
king.
he was tall with lips blacked out and shit.
Wow.
But yeah,
Told that
but,
can answer.
but he was fun though. Like
You know, the best part was he needed to just convince you. Okay, in your box, the family is
Game over. Just get
a happy family.
Wow.
So for me,
good.
like when I think about teachers, obviously I've had teachers who are you know, who've impacted. So that was him. But the other teacher was in high school. Now, since you guys dissed physics, I did do physics, right?
Right.
And we had a physics teacher who was not so 100. They had this thing.
Were there any science teachers who were 100?
Exactly.
never.
Yeah, that
They
was the
had
thing.
like a something.
All these chemistry whatevers, they were not 100.
all
But this
those books in
motherfucker
there.
was called Mr. Gate. And they used to call
We're
him Gates.
celebrating teachers. Don't
Oh,
say
sorry.
motherfucker.
The brief
Return
was
it
off.
back.
Yeah. So Gates one day, you know how like at the lab, you guys had to go to the front for the
some
for the
samples.
particular thing for him to
For
do
the
the burette, what, and you know like different rows like that. So us guys are just chatting, me and my boy. Yo, we're like them lot. It's their turn. The guy threw a duster towards me, so me I duck. And this nigga,
Oh wow! I got
Kimeza.
stories about
yo,
dusters.
and this homie, he was the physics teacher and also the taekwondo guy. Yeah. So,
Calvin, you're playing with fire.
fam, I'm in fourth form.
Unajifeel mbaya.
I'm in fourth form. I've not come this far to be whooped by a teacher. And he's a skinny guy.
Right.
But yo, I'm not saying shit about skinny guys. Yo, those motherfuckers are weapons of mass destruction.
All right.
Please don't say that.
So anyway, quick, let me wrap up real quick. So the guy tells me come to the front. So I know yo, it's going down. Me at that point have said, yo, we're on. Like,
Yeah.
It's on.
Right.
the repercussions will face. So the guy just did his leg like this. He's like, so you think you can talk? Ah, okay.
Stretching. Is one of
So
his
me, I'm
legs
just like, fam.
180.
You know, I got to the front and he just told me, young man, come see me after lunch. Me was like, oh, what the fuck was
You're
all of
ready
this
for a
you
beat
telling
down.
me? Oh, come on, man. I was ready.
Yeah.
After lunch, I went to him, staff room, right? I've never forgotten this motherfucker. He told me, get a bucket. Put it at the front of the staff room. So at the back of the staff room, there used to be a tap. I want you to take a spoon, fill it with water, and walk to the front until you fill it.
Bro,
You got
let me tell
bullied by your teacher.
Now I'm gonna tell you something.
That's a lesson.
I've heard about lessons.
Those are lessons by
those
teachers.
punishments by teachers. Can I just say, there is no teacher on this planet that could punish me like that.
What?
Nope.
Bro, you know
What
you're
do you
saying
mean?
that right now
Yeah, no, I'm
because
saying
in
that-
hindsight,
bro,
you were not in that situation
I'm
where you
telling
were
you.
forced to. It was the
I'm
only
telling
option.
you,
Gee, unge-
I'm
ingia line.
telling you, bro. No teacher, and I went to day school. No teacher, whether I was in the UK, fam. I remember looking at my religious education teacher one day when I was in the UK, and I said, "Listen, do you know why you've got me in detention? Because you're racist." Bro, my man's face went red. It's not because you're black. Da, 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 da. I used to know how to push these people's butts.
So in
and even in
Kenya-
Jamaica, I've been caned. I was caned once or twice.
Once you
had a
can
soft-
count.
Once.
Nah, you had a
You
soft.
can count.
No wonder you're out here
On
running
one
and
hand.
saying,
But
oh,
What I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, bro,
Once.
I know once.
That's why.
By the math
Us
teacher
guys were
once.
being beaten like all day.
Bro,
That's the difference, though.
Beating
No, it's
didn't
not the
even
difference.
require.
I wasn't beaten. I caned once.
In Kenyan schools,
Oh,
beating doesn't
man.
even require you to do wrong. You can be in the right. You've done everything right.
Hey, we've been civilized a long
Collateral.
time. There's a reason why Jamaica has the global impact it does. We don't beat our kids like
There's
that.
a reason
Oh,
you all are run as the fastest.
What I will say is this is like, for me, like, you know, we've had good teachers, we've had bad teachers, but I think the good far outweighs the bad.
Yeah,
But one
for
thing
real.
I will say, and I want to go back to why do teachers like to throw dusters at kids? A teacher threw a duster at a child in my classmate then in Jamaica, and it hit the child, right? Usually what this guy would do, he'd throw it so it would hit the whiteboard just to get your attention, but he'd thrown it and it hit the kid, right? The kid's dad came and beat up the teacher. The teachers left the staff room and came and beat up the kid's dad. Bro,
It gets better.
Those are kings and queens.
Wait, yo, what? Those teachers were from Gali or
I didn't get to,
I
it's
know
not
the
even
customer
finished.
is always right.
It's not even finished. The kid's dad was a guy who owned matatus. So, and we don't call it, like back in those days, see these, you know those buses that run from Upper Hill to town, the purple
Yeah,
ones?
KBS. No,
They're
that's the blue.
Isuzu.
Yeah.
Isuzus.
Yeah.
So in Jamaica, we used to call those buses Shaka Zulus. Because they said that the shape of the bus is like Shaka Zulu's head. So they used to call those buses. Wait, guys. I hadn't moved to Africa yet. I'm sorry.
Shaka was just chilling.
You know how Shaka Zulu was
throwing spears left, right, and center, saving people.
So
Jamaicans,
he's
you're
making fun
also
of his
butchering
hair.
African grades.
So if anyone, one day we need to talk about my relationship with Africa before I came to Africa. But
We're the Lions.
for those guys, like so we used to call them Shaka Zulus. If you're into buses, Google Jamaican bus Shaka Zulu. It's the same as these buses here, right? So this guy now drives into the bus now drives into the schoolyard. Bro, we stoned that bus.
Wow.
We were bad, man. You can't.
How?
Bro, let me
Like,
tell you.
Let me ask you, who's teaching who at that school? You know.
Who is the head teacher? Is it the students?
Like, come on. You know.
If teachers can beat up a parent,
Bro, let me give you another thing. Another one. So we used to have this accounts teacher called Mr. Pinnock, right?
man.
Shout out to Mr. Hugh Pinnock. So this was now everyone. There's always a cool teacher at school,
Yeah.
and when we say cool, he was that cool teacher, as in, I want to be this guy. So of course, us being the class clowns, we're like, we got to work on this guy. He's getting too much props. So you know what we did,
haters.
bro? Now, I'm gonna confess here. I know a lot of people watching the podcast believe in juju.
Why are you looking at
I'm just asking, guys. Am I out of pocket here?
No,
A
proceed.
lot of people here.
You were out of pocket when you referred to the school. Go
So
on.
teachers were beating parents.
So what we did was, we got like, I can't remember the exact paraphernalia, but we got like white chalk dust. We sprinkled it around the seat. We put the sign of a cross on the chair. Like just some bullshit. It looked like
Some
it was
Bekaka
some juju
sacrifice.
shit. The brother came in the classroom and lost it.
Are you serious?
Who did this? You think I don't know what this is? You think I don't know what this is? The
Yo, he was gone after that.
He was gone, bro.
He knew there
Oh,
was
shit.
something up.
The guy thought that silly little answer I was gonna work with Juju on the guy.
Wow. Now, as we wrap up this story for teachers, right? I want to say a special
some
shout
funny
out. I
shit.
think I've mentioned it on the podcast before, but I went to an all boys high school, right? And there's one teacher who was very. I think she kind of helped me discover myself in terms of what I like women, and like she was quite the one. Her name was. No.
Was she a teacher on practice?
No.
She was a TP.
Neville.
She was.
Shout out to those TPs,
Yeah,
teachers on
teachers on
practice.
practice,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah, and then they all used to teach English.
Yeah.
The class you can miss. The languages. Oh, shout out TPs.
So this lady, like I'm not making this story up. Whenever she'd rub the blackboard, she'd be like, right?
Where's Ricardo? Where's Ricardo?
Yeah. And
This nigga about to lie.
another
Nigga
thing is this:
cabin.
she had a baller husband, right? So the husband had bought her a Mercedes. So all of us used to just be like,
Oh my god, rich teachers were the worst.
Man, we were
God.
just praying that one day
You have something.
she would like the guy would be struck by lightning or some shit.
You're not-
It's funny how we used to think our teachers would come and love us
I
forever.
know, right? It was so anyway, man, she was beautiful, like beautiful. About 3 years ago, man, I bumped into her at Chicken Inn Bagathi Way. I was like, what the fuck, man? Hello. Then we just spoke. She's like, yeah, you know. She
Chukwa
told
number.
me I got divorced, bro. I was like,
Do you see the smile on his
Lightning
face?
Morning. I love you know now at that point I'm grown. I was like, business card, whopper.
Oh my goodness. Calvin, when is the wedding again?
Listen, you want to
don't-
tell me you
don't
can't
say-
revisit some teenage pleasures?
No. I get what you're saying. I'm just thinking that, like, I mean, this is not. It's not a road because there were teachers, supply teachers, and whatever teachers who were quite young actually
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they
yeah.
were in. Because I remember we had one called Mrs. Johns. She went through hell with us because fucking thirsty 16-year-old boys, and she's like 20.
Feeding
Like,
niggas
who the
paraffin to
fucking-
suppress
yeah, to
hormones.
suppress-
No, we
the
don't
hormones.
do that.
Mrs.
We bought-
Jones
we-
has got it
they're
going
proper-
on.
Proper lunches.
Yeah.
Guys, reminiscing
Okay.
about school, man. Everyone's got their school
Yo,
story.
Wow.
I okay. In the spirit of celebrating teachers, rest in peace to Mrs. Karaoke. Anyone who went through her lessons or her classes back in Silvergate, I know you know what I'm talking about. One of the best English and grammar teachers in Nairobi. this one time, you know, when she was also the headmistress when we were in school, when you guys are busy just misbehaving in class, making noise, and then she just walked into class one day, one afternoon, got me, some guy called Valentine and Kevin. I don't know what we were doing. I think we were making noise or something of the sort. So she called us to her office. We knew, damn, this is it, man. This is bad, because she's the disciplinarian. And she made us sit down in her office. She had really nice couches in her office. You know, me there, Valentine over there. Valentine was a very dope artist and an amazing dancer. Kevin was the smartest kid in class and the fastest kid in class. Me, I was just vibes, you know. We didn't know what an Ivy League university was at that time. And we were in like class 5, class 6 thereabout. The first question she asked was, do you know what an Ivy League university is? And they were like, no. So she gave us the dictionary, Oxford 7th edition. I'll never forget. So we perused, okay, Ivy League universities.
Where? Perused, you know.
Oh,
Big word. You flick through the pages. So,
okay, it's the dictionary, fam, you know. So, after understanding what an Ivy League, it's those big universities in the States, the Oxfords, you know,
Harvard,
the Harvards and that. So we're in class 6, bro. We're thinking about what you're going to eat for dinner.
Exactly.
And the girl that you are crashing on in class. Adolescence is just starting to hit, you know. We weren't thinking about, okay, there's high school and then there's university and then there's that high education. And then I remember she explicitly told the three of us that this education that we are receiving right now doesn't suit us. Like, the system is already broken. And where we deserve to be even at this level in class 6 as teenagers is that Ivy League status. Bro, okay, yeah, none of us made it to the Ivy Leagues.
But you made the mics are open.
But I'll never forget, because she put the batteries in our backs and you're like,
right.
We've never been motivated at that level. Someone putting you at a university level and not just local or, you know.
That's dope.
Like, it's been that fire that kept us pushing through primary school, you know, high school. So a major shout going out to everyone who went through her. And in celebration of teachers, rest in peace, Mrs. Karaoke.
All right, man.
Yeah.
True.
All right, now, quick one. Before we wrap, we have a new little feature. What's up?
Hey, there's so many things that we posted in the group. There's one that was posted that there's a photographer in Hungary who deleted all photos and leaves couple
Without wedding pictures.
Without their wedding
See,
pictures
they just do the wedding again.
because of being denied food. Hey, photographers, we are sorry, man.
Yeah, I saw that story, but there's more to that story.
Yeah,
The story is that at the end of the day, like, this guy who's a photographer was his pal.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're getting married, you say, G, can you come and take the pictures? I come and get the cameras. I take the camera from Bob or Austin. We go to your wedding, we're taking pictures. Snap. And I've been taking pictures for like 10 hours. So then I'm seeing the pilau and shit. I'm like, I need to go and eat. And I'm like, Nev, I need to go and eat.
Where's the pilau?
And then you're like, no, you can't eat. Just cover this thing. And if you go and eat, I'm not going to pay you this 10K that I said I was going to give you.
Fuck that
I'll be like,
shit.
fuck you. Delete.
Procession,
As I have
delete
the pilau.
reception.
Yeah.
Delete the pilau.
But it presents a very big problem going on between friends and their dynamics between the friendships. Case in point, when you are doing something genuinely for your friend, but it's demanding, right? And usually, whatever you're doing, there's someone who gets paid good money
to
do that because of what it entails. So I don't think you can go in there and start playing around with that work because, first of all, we are friends and you're doing this as a favor. Well, so you can't go there and put me in a position where I'll start complaining.
But the thing about it is, bro, like, end of the day, if I ask you or ask anyone to come and take pictures, and I know I'm not paying you, the least I can do is feed
Give you food,
and
transport,
the thing about but the problem is now, it also calls into mind that level of friendship that you had.
Yeah.
Because if we were like boys, there's no way I could do that to
value
you.
enough.
At the end of the day, it's like, for example, it's like you say to me, come and take pictures at your wedding, right? You're not giving me food. I take the camera, blah blah blah. I'm not bothered if I delete the pictures. But if you say to me, come and DJ, come and DJ.
You
It's a
can't
di-
unmix.
it's
You've
a-
already
you
mixed.
can't unmix. It's a different.
Switch off the
You get-
mixer.
I've given you the
It's not
vibes.
my like this guy was literally not a photographer, so he didn't like a photographer could never do that.
Yeah, a real one. Yeah.
But if you're not a photographer,
you
it don't mean
delete
nothing
them
to you.
real quick.
Aye,
As we're
that's
still on the
petty.
same conversation, you know, Calvin, you had mentioned business cards in past conversation, and I don't know if you guys have gotten the peer pressure of watching Squid Games. Have you watched Squid Games, G?
No.
Calvin? Oh, what? But I'm sure you've seen memes. You've seen
we are tired.
guys
Seen it,
talking.
yeah.
But
We
if
are
it's a
tired.
conversation now, you know, if we meet in the lift, I'll be like, "Oh, just Squid Games," you know, episode 1. But
Where is your
if-
squid?
No,
if you
Calvin,
haven't,
it's not
watched
that
it-
Squid
So
Game.
let me ask,
It's trending on Netflix
are there
right now.
squids in it?
No, there's nobody squidding there, but there's no squids
Wait,
there.
wait, there are no squids?
There's no squids. It's basically it's actually is it Korean or Japanese?
Korean.
One of
Korean.
them.
It's a Korean written show. Basically, it's about a few guys who have major debt. They owe
Okay.
they owe banks. They owe the government. They owe debtors.
Okay.
Significant money. So there are a group of people who call them and organize for them childhood games.
Right.
In Kenya, if we were to have childhood games, it would be like Kati,
Chamama,
Three Sticks,
Chapa.
Okay,
Chamama,
three sticks,
so,
man.
you know,
Yeah, rounders.
Chamama, Chababa. You used to
Yeah.
be
Hey,
Baba.
Chamama would win.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those games, Rounders, British Bulldogs, and all those games we used to play as kids. So each game, as you win, you get to advance to the next game. So there are
Okay.
6 games. If you win all 6 games, you get a jackpot. And as you lose each game, the repercussion of being eliminated is you die.
What do you mean you die?
Like elimination means that you're shot, you're killed in the game. So like the first game they had is called red light, green light, where if I say green light, you can move around, you can walk towards where I am, the finish line. And if I say red light, nobody's allowed to move. So in the game, the way they've made it so adult-like is that once the people who are hosting the competition says red light, when you stop and you keep on moving, they start shooting at the people who are moving.
What sort of nonsense is that?
It's such a beautiful game. This
Have
is
you
what
watched
people
it?
want to watch. So it's such an intriguing thing. So at the end, it was such a weird kind of thing because in the first episode, I don't want to spoil for people who haven't watched yet. They give you an option. Do you want to continue playing after seeing people have died, or do you want to go home? So guys, before they went home, they were like, the jackpot is 46.5 billion for you to win. So guys were like, oh, I'm in debt. Let me try and win some games so that I
So is
help
it-
the people around me.
But this is obviously like a movie. Like,
Yeah, it's a series, a
Oh, it's
TV
not a
show.
real
It's number
thing.
1. Oh, yeah, it's number 1 on
if,
Netflix.
if you happen to die, they donate money to your family.
Yeah.
So either way, there's money.
It's a good watch, G. You all should watch it, fam.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch a couple episodes
Peer
today.
pressure, but if you haven't still yet watched it, that means you're immune to peer
is it
pressure.
gory?
It's interesting. I wouldn't say it's gory like the horror movies that we watch, but it's light. It's something
aight.
enjoyable. It'll get you thinking about if you played, if we were to be in the Squid Games as the mics are open and we were to play 3 sticks. You know, I'm just feeling as if your life really depended on it, that childhood game, you'd actually take it seriously.
Free
G-
sticks
G-
of-
G is
of
out.
what?
G is
Yeah, 3 sticks. Utakuwa extender basi. Oh, but in UK you used to
See,
be able to
see,
have 3
out,
sticks.
out.
How do you play free sticks?
One
So,
leg, and another.
You have 3 sticks,
I have
right?
3 sticks, fam.
So and
What games are these?
everybody, you have to skip in between the spaces and not touch any stick. But then the last person,
Or let me say
who is
musical
called-
chairs. Imagine if we play musical chairs.
Wait, hold on, let me
For
break
our
this
life.
one
You
down.
said- I
was
let
saying
me
free
break
sticks
this
gone.
one down. So
Touch stick.
yeah, you're not supposed to touch the stick. Pause.
Right. Okay.
If
Just
you
say
the
touch
stick,
wood then.
any- Yeah, you're out. But then in this game, there's one person whose responsibility is to
Move that
Touch
stick.
the stick.
to increase the
Extend.
the gap. Yes, extend. He's called the extender, right?
and jumps.
So this is someone who has mad vertical. Like he can decide that the last stick is over there. So you can
So that
find
stick
it
is like-
easy, and you can't jump and stop and then jump and stop. No, it's one step, like boom, boom, boom.
That's why
How long is this game?
Wait.
As in nobody can do it.
As long as you want, bro.
Guys.
So if you don't make it to the other end of the stick,
just know
Guys,
you
let me
on the
ask you a
extender.
question. Did you guys play these games before or after Nintendo?
Actually, Nintendo.
Actually,
Nintendo.
Yeah.
when your mom and people in the house want to wash the house and you can't play the Nintendo or PS, you're told to go outside
And play.
Yeah, and play. So during
Some
those
of us
times,
didn't have those options.
Me, I didn't have no Nintendo.
We
had to clean the house.
we played
with what?
you
With
mentioned
Adolf?
you mentioned round
passa. You have to say, is it Jamaica or the UK? Is it Winchester? Winchester. Or is it the
They played shoot
This is the
yourself with
finest.
Hitler.
someone tweeted today and they said that when G Money tells guys what bunda means in it's gonna be all over. In the UK it's gonna be all over.
Yeah.
But y'all know what bunda means, right?
Yeah, the bundas.
You?
Bundas
big
like
bag.
money.
Oh,
No,
wow.
leave alone now
Oh
money.
Jesus!
Wow.
This
There's
our
another
comments-
Bunda is ass.
Yeah.
She had a nice big
That's
bunda.
Dendai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's there
No,
you go.
sorry,
That's
the
your word.
Kikuyu in me. Bundas. Like,
So anyway, so I mean, we played. Obviously, played a lot of football. Played rounders.
Yeah.
Rounders, yeah.
But the games that we played that didn't require
electricity.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
As G is still recovering, remember, like, share, subscribe. We have a lot of good content on the Good Company page. If you're listening to this on audio, make sure you check us out. And
I'm
our
done.
drip, because Monday I usually
done
dripping in
with you
studio.
niggas.
Yo,
I'm done.
1 hour. It's been
So
an hour, man.
check out that YouTube. Oh, so as G was saying, if you haven't watched Squid Games, go out there and watch it. And as G was introducing our new segment towards
Yes.
the end, yes.
I was waiting to hear the
done with
feminine
you guys.
games that Jimani has played,
I'm
but
done,
damn
I'm
it.
done with you guys.
So you, our beautiful people, usually send us a lot of things on our socials online. Venant is usually on top of them. So I guess towards the end, open mic,
Yeah.
we shall be reading some of these things that you share with us. So make sure you go onto our Instagram, Twitter, tweet us at Gmoney.
Yeah.
Just make sure you
Slide
you
into
tag us.
DMs.
Yes, slide into the
because
DMs.
we want to have this section at the end, like you said, and it's called open mic. So the mics
Yes.
are open. So this part of the show is where we're gonna start just reading everything that you send us
Yes.
to read. What have we got this week?
One of them was someone was asking who sent the video of our former our former president Mwai Kibaki and
Cardi B.
Lucy
and
Kibaki.
Lucy Kibaki. So there was this whole video and Cardi B posted this video from Kenya. If you're not familiar with the video, I'm sure Grouchy is putting it on your screen right now. And it was so funny to me because
That was part one, by the way.
that was part one. To me, those videos getting to people like Cardi B and showcasing what we've gone through, and the first lady actually addressing the
Yeah, yeah.
nation, but not
Oh, wow,
addressing
that
the
was
nation,
nuts.
which was nuts. To me, that should be in the museum. That
True.
should be somewhere.
No, that's
it should-
art. That is-
that's art. Yes,
That's art.
That's real emotion. Because when you see.
Fam, a president had to say, "I have only one wife." That shit is legendary.
Wow.
That's nobody,
And
nobody's
she
ever
was just there, like
telling you that I'm going to come and attack you guys
even you,
again.
you journalists.
I will come
But,
there.
but let me tell you, the Kibaki presidency was comedic.
It was a lot going on.
Bro, do you remember when his pants fell?
Yes.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
wow.
Pants fell. at-
One day when he was
same, that
speaking.
same where he
Yeah,
was.
straight
up.
There's a day his pants fell. The bodyguard went,
Ay, Jesus.
Yeah.
and then pulled them.
Wow.
And then he was just like,
Oh, such moments to me are not embarrassing.
Oh, you should make it to the museum,
you're the president,
But you know what though? Like, when you think about the Kibaki presidency, and obviously that was my first introduction to
Yeah.
to politics here. Like, bro, even in 2007 when the election was taking place, do you guys remember the actual like the TV? Watching it on TV, NTV. Remember
Yeah.
when NTV had that
Red and
NTV?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of that guy, but he was like big in those days.
Yeah.
And he was covering it live from KICC. And I just remember this guys, we're getting reports of a swearing in at State House.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the one
in,
that
the, in the night time.
That was nuts.
Kibaki
He thought
presidency.
himself in, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, he insulted people and called them Mavia Kuku live on
Live
TV.
on.
Oh,
As
his
in-
And
driver.
we used to love it. We used to love it.
Oh,
Yo, that
man.
homie was, he was one. Hey,
We celebrate some of those things. Some of them.
He's a president. He's a cool one.
Yeah.
Like
Celebrate
his stories,
some of
when
those
you
things.
actually get into the stories of Lucy Kibaki and Mwai Kibaki, man, that shit was. You know, he shut down an ambassador's party.
What?
She did.
Wow.
Because she used to spend time at the Muthaiga residence, right? So one night, the ambassadors, you know how they have parties, right?
sure.
And they invite everybody. Yo, she burst in and she's like, Where's your mother? Why are you
down.
making
Damn.
noise?
This
and
conver-
she pulled it.
This conversation was actually going around in the office. Like, you as the president, would you let that happen? Like, your wife is telling you have to call a presser right now.
happy wife,
address,
happy
address
life.
this
Yeah.
issue
Yeah,
right
bro.
now.
Wallah, you have to-
Yo.
I would do the same thing.
How
Even
about-
Press conference
Bruh.
to tell everyone that you're married to one woman.
yes, for me to deny my
bro,
side
let me tell you.
I'm doing
No.
it.
You're dropping all your hoes
Joe,
as the
let me
president
tell you.
on live TV.
My first lady, only lady.
Bro, let me tell you, Lucy Kibaki, Lord rest her soul,
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
on some good stuff, right? Why? Imagine if Kibaki had to mess with some other hoes. You just go front and tell them, listen, I'm president, but remember how tough my wife is.
Wow.
No one would want to mess with you, bro.
No,
Bro.
the side chicks would mess with you,
Literally,
but not really want to
that
mess
shit was
with you.
actually comedic.
Yeah.
Very.
That was hilarious.
But
bro.
yeah, it shouldn't be an embarrassing moment, though.
Right,
We
so
agree.
that's fair enough,
So
yeah.
yes, another thing that came in, someone sent us something and it read, a wife owns a restaurant. The husband comes and eats. Should the husband pay?
Yes.
Of course.
Nigga, I give you dick.
You're eating. Oh, okay. For me, I think there should still be some pay because it's a
what?
business. It's a
It's
business.
a business at the end of the day. Pay up. Unless I've told you this meal is for free, nigga, pay up.
Like, okay,
Run it up.
and also if you've told me
There's
maybe
meals
there's
that
no
are for
dinner
free.
at home and I could eat in our restaurant, okay.
No, nigga, pay up. There's
No,
no dinner
let
at
me
home.
tell you.
Nigga, pay up.
I know myself. I'm gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay because I have to pay, but I'm gonna pay because I want the people who work in that restaurant to see that even me I'm paying. And if me I'm the husband and I'm paying,
Ah,
I
come
don't.
on.
No, I'm
There's way
telling
too
you.
many things you're paying for in life. Why the fuck do I have to pay at my wife's restaurant?
Because it's a
Relax.
hassle, nigga.
Listen, if it's just me, I'm Kula in Dondo Fry.
So what happens
What
now?
the fuck is
what
more?
happens when the waitresses now they bring their boyfriends and their girlfriends to eat?
She's a bartender at some spot, right? She gets access to free drinks. You wanna tell me that you're gonna go there, drink everything, and thinking that because she gets free drinks, nigga, I'm not gonna pay for this.
I draw the line. I want free drinks, but food,
Come on.
And food, you know.
food I'll pay for.
So then,
The bartender.
that's the funniest.
You
so
have,
you draw
to
the
be
line.
accountable at the end of the day.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you. Do you know how how alcohol
You know, don't want to spend money
If
on
she's a
alcohol.
bartender, she probably got it for free anyway. There's a baba who was like, you guy, bana. Yeah.
So we agree all of okay.
By the
maybe
way, let me
Calvin-
tell you, shout out to bar staff.
Yeah, they're good.
Bar staff have an unwritten code,
which is
which is basically if you are a bar staff at a club and you go to a bar staff, you go to another club where your boy is a bar person. My you are drinking.
Yeah. That's the way.
What they are
100.
sorting you out, bro.
Yeah. You touch mine, I touch yours.
Hey,
Calvin.
okay, P Square.
Are we done?
Yeah, this is just a comment from someone who said, she said, so I've just found out about the podcast on Spotify. It's so dope. 12 episodes down, 119 to go. Keep going, guys. I love you guys. Can Andy give us an update if he sent some nudes on episode 128?
Oh wow.
Tuambie, did you send nudes?
Well, episode 1 was called what?
What was
something
episode
Tinder.
one?
I think it was one of those early
128.
episodes.
This is
number
128.
But
no,
yeah.
back in the day, the second
Yeah.
episode was called Send Nudes.
Yeah.
And
But
Andy
he
said he'd
did.
never send nudes.
He
Yeah,
did.
so
he gave us an
No.
update while you were away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did
So
I?
You did.
I don't recall
On this
that.
table,
Neither do I.
When you
It's
were doing
illegal
it-
to
when
send
you- when you'd
nudes.
gone for your tummy tuck, we were right here.
That's how I
He
know it's a lie.
No. Nev, you were there.
Where
you on that
Ricardo?
podcast.
One, one, three of us.
Yeah, he did say.
So, Nev, did I say it?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but
Exactly,
clear it
neither do
now.
I.
Say.
Clear it now. Did you send nudes?
I'm clearing it out right
Yes,
now.
yes.
It is illegal to send nudes.
That's all you're saying?
That's all I'm
That's
saying.
not the answer to the question, though.
I don't care. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Have you broken the law
Have I what law?
of
not sending nudes.
Sending nudes because it's illegal.
That's all I have to say. It's illegal to send
Andy.
nudes.
So yeah, guys, remember that episode of the podcast. I remember it
Damn,
very
we
well.
were in the mud.
Because you guys were talking. It was that time. It was so cold, right? And you guys were like, "Yo, you ain't sent nothing."
Oh, but it was that time when I did know that we had an app that was specifically, started up for
Snapchat.
things like this,
Telegram.
Telegram and all
By
that.
the
Yeah.
way, it's funny you should mention listening back to old episodes. I listened to episode 34 or 36 during the course of the week, and it's really interesting. It's like watching how the podcast has evolved. Like we're all so different.
Could you
we
pick out
really
something from Calvin, like
I think
off the
I
bat.
think like from Calvin, from when I listened to it, Calvin back then was wilder than he is now. Like now, I think because remember he got heartbroken. Was that during the podcast or during the show?
I remember you gave him an option, bro.
It was during the podcast.
Calvin, do we record this or do we not record this? I can't believe Calvin
man,
got
that's so
asked
bad. Imagine I don't record a
as in guys
podcast
got
'cause
an
I'm
episode
heartbroken.
because Calvin had the choice of us recording that day because he was heartbroken.
Wait,
it was that
can
bad.
make you not record a podcast.
It was that bad, bro.
Hi, Calvin.
I was sat at the corner over
Calvin.
there and I was like, wow.
By the way,
I saw a motherfucker.
G's concern was so deep. Like, we just finished the show and he went like, Calvin, it's entirely up to you whether or not we record this podcast. Calvin alikuwa anajifeel bazoo, basi, let's record. That's what he wanted. He wanted us to record, but he just needed consent, bro.
I saw a tweet, right? I saw a tweet the other day. Someone said, "Oh, Calvin, you don't open up." I looked at this tweet. I was like,
you're new to us.
I was like, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Do you know how painful it was to record that podcast?
But understand,
but also,
bro.
I was
Be
but
patient
you
with
also,
them.
like,
But you know,
like,
after that,
but also there's a
Hey, Calvin was in
podcast.
class,
on
but the
whether-
character development.
But Calvin's the worst person when he's heartbroken. Anyway, this has been the Mics Are Open.
Wait, G.
Go, another one?
There's a Ninio. You know, this week we had a
What
small
is Ninio?
meeting. That's what I'm saying. You know, there's a Ndovuku elephant in the room. No, guys, we had a meeting and there was one point that I wanted to bring on air that we need to address. Guys, when am I in the intro?
Which intro?
See, for the mics are open.
Oh, you
Calvin
know.
comes through the door. G is there. There's Austin.
Select accent for the podcast.
When
Where's
is my
Neville?
intro coming? Comment down below. G, finish it now.
Motherfucker,
Comment down below if I should get an
Oh,
intro.
yes.
If
No,
I
I'm
should
here
get
for
an
this.
intro.
Wait,
man.
comment down below.
Yeah,
Yo,
comment
you
down.
make- He'll
let me
fire us on
let,
there,
let,
bro.
let me put this another. Let me put this another way, right?
Okay, can I leave?
Do you remember which episode you joined us on?
Damn.
90 something?
Yes, 98.
98,
So
right?
Something, yeah.
So that means if there was 98 main episodes, there would have been 68 Monday minisodes because they're about 30 apart.
Okay.
30 or 40 apart, right? Yeah. So that's well in excess of 100 episodes, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, dear listener
Hey.
and viewer,
It's taken the long road to say
yes,
Moses leading the Israelites through
when the Mics Are Open started, when the Mics Are Open was first being discussed, were you or were you not in the room?
no. I was there. We were all there. G, come on.
Okay.
I was even in a photo you cropped.
Okay. Sour. Now, why didn't you join the Mics Are Open from the camera? I want you to talk to camera.
And what do I tell them?
You
What do I
want to be in the intro. Tell them why you didn't. Why didn't you? Why weren't you there from episode 1?
It's because of other arrangements. We were in other arrangements. So
motherfucker left us.
This
So they punished
motherfucker.
me
let
for
it be
going
said.
there.
He left. I went to another radio station. Now you're back.
They couldn't even start a podcast.
You came back to the radio station. You came back to the radio station. You left the radio station again, right? Now you're here on the podcast, and you want intro rights.
Like an intro, G.
Fam,
Come on.
you will get an intro rights at episode 175.
Ay.
You know why? Because we need to make sure this time you plan to stay. This has been the Mics Are Open. My name's G Money.
Most disloyal motherfucker.
And the young Neville.
And Big C.
Hey, Manze G, come on. Say no politely.
He took
Say
the
no
long route.
politely, Manze.
No, I'm giving you 90 days. The 90-day rule. Yeah, you will hit when they know you're serious.
Nice.